What's up? What's up? We are back again, another Jet Set podcast episode. We are locking into some Jet news, rumors, and whatever y'all want to talk about today. Big Knicks game on tonight, so we'll dive into that a little bit too. If you know what I'm saying, if y'all wanna indulge, I know y'all down right now, but it's cool. I believe y'all come back. But yes, sir, lock in with us. Ready.
Ready?
Jet
Jet
set.
set.
Go.
Go, 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 go. No to the mall.
Wow, going down the right side at the goal line, leaving a tap. Oh, it's free call. Oh, it's a Jet
Never too
touchdown.
nose. Pack my bags and go, 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 go. Serve me a brick at the stove. Looking like a track in the post. Go, 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 go. From the hills to the moon. Yeah, baby, yeah, we go like don't go. Yeah, in this world, everything's so more. Yeah, behind this wall, there is no photos. Jump on this bitch, go, yeah. Across my neck, yeah, go. Watch how you go, hey, yeah. Ocho, I need some more, hey, yeah. Pronto. Jumped out the coupe with the
Away by Sauce Gardner.
smoking cookie in Atlanta everywhere. You a recreation. You already know we made it. We ain't even gotta say shit. Some of the trap was lit. Some of the trap was fake it. Junior say I'll bring the pay out. Bring the pay out.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What it do? It is your boy Brent, aka Take Flight today. Joining me each and every week, my dog Alan, aka NYJetsplanet. And we are here again talking Jets rumors, updates, news, everything surrounding the Jets while the Knicks are playing. I know the Knicks are playing right now. They're down, but I believe y'all gonna come back. Y'all see my boy with the Madison Square Garden background today. You know, we are big believers. But yeah, another week in the off season, Allen. Another Jets week in the off season. How you feeling? Going into this week of we're finally seeing the guys in camp. We're seeing the guys throw the ball around. We're getting footage of that, getting us excited like they do every year. So yeah, how you feeling about that going into this week, man?
Yeah, I think having a little extra week to settle into the draft picks now, like you feel a little
Hmm.
bit better about it looking back. Um, it's a little different. Like I feel like it's so anxious leading up to the draft, especially because you kind of have your players you like, but you don't want to get attached to anybody too much because
Yeah,
you don't know who your team is eventually going to end up picking. Um, but all that said, I still like the draft. I think it was a solid draft. I'm feeling comfortable about the team. Like I think we got solid talent about just about everywhere. Like everyone talks about like how oh, you have holes. Every team has holes. I
hmm,
don't think any team. I don't think I can look at any team in the league and say, yeah, they have zero holes. Like not one.
right.
You know, I, like in that case, I think the closest is probably the Eagles, but even them, I think they have some holes over there. So right
Everybody's
now,
got
it's
them.
just right now it's just seeing how it all plays out. A bunch of young guys. Hard to really know who's going to be what at this point.
Yeah, definitely hard to gauge the success of players at this point in the off season, but it's always good to see them at least get out there and I guess put a jersey on, run drills, be in our facility. We get
Yep.
to see that this weekend. Rookie minicamp is
Yep.
upcoming. I'm excited to see a few people, of course, Armand Membu, but I'm excited to see the Malachi Moore. I'm excited to see Azarie Thomas.
Yeah.
Those skill guys, I feel like, are going to come into the fold and kind of try to make a name for themselves early. So, it's exciting to see the guys kind of be hungry in this stage for us fans to see. So, yeah, I'm happy with where we're at with as far as the draft and our and our players we got. You know,
Mhm.
our boy E gave us a C plus. Allen doesn't believe in grades,
I don't.
and I gave us a B minus. You know, I'm not overly thrilled, but uh, the draft stuff that I have given an A plus before, um, or that I thought was an A plus, turned out to be D minuses. Outside of the, you know, fantastic Sauce, Garrett, Jermaine, Brees draft, every other draft I've always felt good about. So, you know, B minuses is my kind of cool point with that.
Yeah, and real quick, I do want to talk about the fact that, like, I think the first draft for a new regime is always the hardest because you're basically taking on these scouts that you have no like previous information on, pretty much,
Yeah.
and you kind of have to just trust all of them, but you don't know who you can trust a little bit more than the other. Like, you're still kind of learning everybody still, but you're thrown right into the whole draft mix to figure out, who you think is good, especially how many players there are in the draft process. Uh,
Hmm.
no matter, I highly doubt uh, any GM does deep dives into each and every player. Like, they might watch some film, go through guys, but you can't really do that deep of a dive into each one,
Yeah, yeah.
especially without the background. Like, you just kind of jump into the role like this. So it's
Yeah.
hard. It is.
It is hard, but I'm ready to again, a guy that I'm very high on is Malachi Moore. Um he's I want to see him. I feel like he has starting safety potential, captain twice at Alabama. Alabama produces good safeties. We've seen what AG can do and develop with young safeties in the league already. So the guys that we drafted in the secondary, I'm very excited to see how they uh, fit into the fold for sure. And yeah, I feel like we got some dogs too. I feel like we got some dogs too, and Aaron Smith is one of the ones where it's like, we'll see, we'll see what you can do. But if he catches one deep ball every 4 games, that's my, I'll be cool with that.
That's
If
fair.
he, yeah, if he somehow makes an impact, I'll be all right with that. But I expect this guy Mason Taylor to definitely do some damage, at some point, if not early, then uh, from one point throughout the rest of the season. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for Mason for sure.
Yeah, and honestly, most of the times these day three guys are just kind of just a shot in the dark, anyways. Like, I would say it's like, I don't know what the percentage is, but I'm assuming at least 95% of day three guys never pan out. So you're just hoping one guy could just be a decent backup, honestly. If you get a
Mhm.
starter, just one starter out of all your day three picks, I think you had a good draft, honestly.
I agree. I agree. And that's hard. That's been hard for us,
Yeah,
like getting starters out of the fourth, fifth, sixth round picks. Like that's
yeah.
the only ones that have started because of injury or something like that.
Or
I.e. Bryce
or
Hall.
Michael Carter.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So,
Mark Carter's the only one I could think of that was like day three pick that was actually good.
hmm
At least for in recent Jets history, let me say that.
yeah, 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 for sure. And hey, man, don't be coming in here knocking on Mason Taylor, man. We believe in the bloodline. We believe in you know, uh, the stature. We believe in what he can bring to the table. We believe in the second round tight end trend over the last few years that have been good in the league. So yeah, yeah, we're not
And that
gonna.
it's not a bad stat line. Like, I
Yeah.
don't like I understand Tyler Warren abnormally. Um, but I will say, like, most of the greatest tight ends in the game had around 500 yards in college. It's not a ridiculous thing. I want to
hmm
say Kittle, if I'm not mistaken, like Kittle, I don't know about Kelsey. I know Kittle only had like 507 yards his last year.
Yeah.
Um, Even Brock, he didn't have, I think he had 700 his last year. If he went like 800, 700, something like that.
hmm
Um, I don't have all the numbers on the top of my head, but a lot of them did have that 500-ish yard. I mean, Kyle Pitts went what, like top 5 in the draft off of a 500-yard season.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't take much for a college tight end to get drafted. Like a lot of
Yes, at
these,
least yardage wise.
yeah, a lot of the top tight ends in college or in the NFL didn't do much in college. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's not a big thing.
college is the issue is, especially in today's age, a lot of these college offenses, especially LSU,
Hmm.
very very wide receiver heavy.
Wide receiver
Like there's
heavy
not really a large focus on the tight end position in general.
at
So
all.
it's definitely it's different.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, he played with guys like Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas and these guys. So it's hard to compare stats to you're not gonna find a college tight end that has 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns. Like no,
Yeah, and
yeah,
honestly, like there's no point in even arguing about it now. At this point, let's at least see him play. Let's see him play in
yeah,
the pros.
yeah.
We drafted him. There's no going back now. So let's go see him play.
And they're
I'm
going back.
wishing him the best. I'm wishing all the draft picks the best, regardless of how I felt about them pre-draft. Honestly, I feel good that the one thing we do have is a lot of really young guys and like high potential guys. I would say like a lot of these guys just raw. I think with some good coaching, you can get some good value out of a lot of the picks we got.
Yeah, yeah,
Shout out to the comment section. Everyone's going crazy right now. I love it.
yeah, yeah. Shout out to the comment section for sure, for sure. But yeah, yeah, those guys I'm definitely excited about. I have a Mason Taylor Azarie video edit coming up soon too. So I kind of mix them in because I didn't feel like making like 2 videos, and I was like, I might as well just mix these guys in. So it'll be like a cool little one. 8 out of
Yeah,
10, third or fourth down
I love
target conversion.
I
Yeah,
love this stat. I love this stat.
I
Yeah.
love it too.
It's
I
this
love
this type of stuff like if you weren't gonna get a Tyler Warren, I think Mason Taylor was the best of the day 2, day 3 guys. Honestly, I remember I said that like a while ago.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone gives you the blend that Mason Taylor had, especially going against the talent that LSU plays. I think Fannin he
yeah,
had a good year, but he didn't really play much talent. Elijah Arroyo, great player, had some injuries. I didn't really like him as a blocker at all. I think you could probably say somewhat of the same with Mace Taylor, but I think there was just more potential that was shown on film in general. So like I said, I'll just say, hey man,
yeah. It's yeah. I this stat is definitely one of the ones that stand out with Mason Taylor because this is what matters in the league, right? This is definitely what matters. This is game changers, but
yeah, yeah.
but um but yeah,
Today's coaches especially.
the latest news and trades. George Pickens did just
Yeah, man.
go to Dallas. Dang,
Yeah.
I thought I thought DK and Pickens were gonna be, you know,
Oh,
YN1 and YN2 over there, man. It's crazy
is
now.
DK really a YN now? Like, can he still be
He,
considered a YN?
he's still a YN. He's
How
still
old
a
is he?
YN.
Isn't he like 27?
If he i- if he comes out week 1 with some green hair, he's still a YN.
I respect
He's
that.
he's still a YN, but
He's 27. Yeah,
27, yeah, he's still
he's
there.
pushing it. He's pushing it.
But
He's older than me.
yeah,
I'll give him that.
yeah. But hey, it was supposed to be DK Pickens, and apparently Rodgers and the Steelers have a handshake deal. So I mean,
According to
that,
who?
that's what I saw.
Oh, okay.
I saw that Rodgers and the Steelers have a handshake deal in place, which means basically that Rodgers already has them in a headlock. Which I hate that for y'all, but um, you know, uh, it's hard to imagine, Rodgers. I mean, I guess going to be throwing the ball to DK, forcing it to DK. So
Yeah, and it doesn't
yeah.
seem like he's gonna get Lazar either.
Oh yeah. So that's what I thought. Once they trade away Pickens, I was like, okay, This means that Lazard is going to be in Pittsburgh following Rodgers. But
Yeah,
he tweeted out today that he's not leaving.
yeah.
So y'all can cancel Christmas on that, Steelers fans. I'm sorry, that was y'all only hope. I feel like so. It's gonna be at least y'all have Frymouth.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it enough? You
Yeah.
know, like I'm not saying there was like a lot of hope, but it felt like there was more hope when it was Pickens, Fryermuth, and then you had DK. Like that's a
Yeah.
solid three. You take Pickens up the mix, DK and Fryermuth. That's a good. Those are two good options, but I don't know if that's like really pushing Super Bowl even with Rodgers.
Yeah.
But
One positive note is that there are still a lot of serviceable wide receiver 2 names still out there in free agency, i.e. Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen,
facts.
guys that would fit that bill of just stepping in and that can just pick up a system really quick, vets that can do that. So yeah, it's still those guys are still out there, but DJ Moore is not going to the Steelers.
DJ Moore is not going to the Steelers.
He's not getting traded to the Steelers.
I don't even know why he would want that.
I mean, DJ Moore is nice, but if you have Aaron Rodgers back there, you need an old head. You need an old head receiver for him to feel
At
comfortable.
very best, maybe a Packers wide receiver. One that played with him. I know Romeo Dobbs got thrown around.
Oh yeah, Dobbs. Yep, Dobbs.
Because
and they just looked at the receiver.
Packers drafted 2 receivers, if I'm not mistaken. I know they drafted. If I'm not mistaken, I think they drafted 2.
Yeah, they definitely got Golden, but
but it's a crowded room.
Definitely crowded. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind if Lazard stays. He's a great blocker.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really want him to leave. I know me and Woody was just talking about this earlier. Honestly, I think he's a little overhated by Jets fans.
He's definitely overhated, but rightfully so. Not.
I don't know about rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
He's dropped some balls, but honestly, I was just asking not too long ago. Is he much worse than Corey Davis?
I don't know. Corey Davis was. I mean, was making more plays, but also Corey Davis was getting the ball thrown to him a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I feel like,
and mind you, Corey Davis was wide receiver 1 when he was getting those yards.
He had 1 year with Garrett, and
his production dropped that year.
Yeah, and his production dropped. But it's like, I don't know, man. Corey Davis and Alan Lazard. I guess that's a fair comp. That's a fair comp.
I'm just saying, like, it's crazy how, like, and mind you, we paid Corey Davis to be wide receiver 1. So it's kind of crazy how you go from like loving Corey Davis to hating Lazard. I mean, I get it. Lazard, he dropped some really crucial stuff, but
yeah, Lazard is, but it's like when we had Corey Davis, we didn't have much expectations, right? Because we had Zach Wilson, so it was like, hey man, Corey Davis, he was doing what he could, but when we got Lazard, it was expectations kind of. Aaron Rodgers came with Lazard, so it's like the expectations were already kind of up there for Lazard.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
but it's just one of those things. You look back and it's like I do think we overrated him. Like, he's a solid blocker. He's not a bad receiver in my opinion. Like, is he ever going to be wide receiver 1? No, we never paid him to be wide receiver 1. Like,
absolutely.
I was always expecting him to be like that role-ish player, which I think he's been. He just with some drops, which we knew. Like, I don't know, that's what he was before he got here. So it's not like it was new. I remember looking at the stats, like all the Packers fans, like, yeah, good player, but he drops the ball. And, you got to take the good with the bad.
Got to take the good with the bad. Happy with the sad. And like people were mentioning in the chat, Lazard has some great moments for us. He has a lot of positive highlights and plays, and it's like whenever Lazard would get going, I knew that we would probably be winning that game, or we had a chance that game because
Yeah.
if he's scoring, if he's catching the ball, getting yak, it's like okay. Like I always felt good whenever Lazard got going, but yeah, I like
Yeah,
Lazard.
and honestly, my bad. I
No,
was
no,
just gonna
you
say,
good.
honestly, I'm happy at where his salary is now. I think he's great value for how much we're paying him now. I say let's keep him. We don't, and also the other part is we don't have a guy that we know could just be a 400 to 500 yard receiver outside of
Yeah.
Garrett right now, or like you take Lazard out of the picture. It's like it's a lot of question marks. Like you really, I mean, you hope like guys like Corley step up, Smith steps up, like all the young guys just kind of step in a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of hoping and not a lot of previous production that proves anything. So
Yeah.
we just go out to see. We going out to see how this goes.
Yeah, Lazard was all right, but he's not gonna be a Steeler unfortunately for Steeler fans. So
Sorry, Ninja.
yeah. Sorry about that, bro. But there's still plenty of wide receivers, plenty of old guys out there you can sign. Yeah, I can see like a Amari Cooper or a Keenan Allen signing for sure to kind of fill that hole. And so yeah, we'll see how it goes.
And as we're on the talks of trade talks, I keep seeing it come up. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, we might just trade for Brees." Brees is not on the market. Let's just end those conversations. Like everyone keeps saying, "Oh, just trade for Brees." No, it's not happening.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere, guys.
Like especially now, it's definitely not
Yeah. Anytime somebody mentions Brees, I'm just gonna tell them. Every time somebody mentions the trade for Brees, that's all we telling them because Brees isn't going nowhere. Clearly, we're locked in with Brees. Clearly, they understand how much of a weapon he is for the offense, how much he's gonna help. So I just I'm excited to see the Justin, Brees, Braylon, Garrett, Mason, whoever our other wide receiver is gonna be, and I feel like our wide receiver 2 and 3, it's very flexible. Like that could be anybody, any game. Josh Reynolds is a sleeper. And let me know who you guys think, or outside of Garrett Wilson, which wide receiver you guys are looking forward to like being on the field or seeing on the field, because we have a good a good bunch of guys as far as Josh Reynolds, Tyler Johnson, Lazard. Who else do we sign? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Malachi Corley, we still have him. Reynolds, Johnson. Did we sign another wide receiver?
No, Reynolds, Johnson, Lazard, Smith, and Corley. We have Irvin Charles, but he's more special teams.
Yeah.
Can't think of anyone else.
Yeah.
Well, our undrafted free agents. So you got a couple of those, but I don't know if they're gonna make the roster. But I think they'll have a solid chance. We got some good guys.
Yeah. I hope Quentin Skinner makes the team. And Wise Gibson is still on this team.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was even on the team. To be honest,
He is on the team. He's hoping to make that kick return role again. More popular, or punt return. But what's it? Kine Nwangwu. I think that's his job to lose. Definitely think that's his job to lose. Oh man, we got a close game in the next game, y'all.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep.
Hold on, I just looked up.
Gosh, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Every time I look over, I'm like, oh my gosh. It was a 20-point game just not too long ago. Now
these
2-point game at the free throw line.
These playoffs have been crazy, man.
Yeah,
I've been locked in. That Halliburton buzzer beater was crazy.
Bro, this shit is wild. I will give it. And I'm not even a big basketball dude, but man, every time I've been watching the playoffs the past few years, it's been electric, man.
Yeah, no, it's been crazy. Let me see. Yeah, cause okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Hey, Knicks fans, enter the chat right now. Knicks fans, enter the chat. into the
Oh
chat
my
right
god.
now. I'm still. I think I'm like a minute behind, but like I don't care what anybody might say. Uh, I'm hoping for the Knicks to come back. A little fun fact: Carmelo was my favorite player growing up. Him and Dirk.
Carmelo's
So
a fun player, man.
Carmelo was my dog, man.
Yeah.
Carmelo was my dog. He was always my dog. And
They had such fun teams. Like the Knicks, I will say the Knicks always have like even though they've been bad until this point, it's always a fun team. I don't know what it is, but this team I will say it's fun.
yeah.
It's one of those like even when you're down, you kind of feel like you have a shot.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Tatum he is cheeks, bro.
Yeah, he's boo.
He is bad, bro.
He's really bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
That was my second. Carter was my first. Yeah, Carter. Yeah, Vince Carter. He was cool. He just Brunson is crazy. See, Vince Carter. He was one of my favorite players on the game, but in real life, he didn't get enough buckets for me. Like he got those flashy plays, but Carmelo was just a bucket getter. Like that's why I like Carmelo, and like he shot the ball. Like Vince wasn't a shooter at all.
Yeah.
Vince was not a shooter. Yeah, all right. Hey, this Jets podcast. We turn to a Knicks
It's the
live
Knicks
stream.
set.
Yeah, it's a Knicks live stream right now. I don't
Put
know.
the Knicks logo over the Jet logo.
Yeah,
It's just the time. And I was thinking about it too. I was like, damn, we're gonna have this on a Wednesday, right?
I
The
know.
same day of the
I'm
playoff
telling
game.
you.
Shit,
I'm telling you when I made the announcement for this, I was like, man, a lot of New York fans are gonna be watching this game. So yeah, bro, Brunson is crazy.
Yeah, shout out everyone watching, man.
Yeah.
We got people on all different types of platforms right now. So,
Yeah. So
shout out all y'all.
for sure. Shout out everybody, man. But we are the JETSET podcast, and we locking in on the next game right now. Let me see.
Well, real quick, while we're up here, and while it's a little bit of a pause, I do want to address this, right? Because this needs to be addressed. Yeah, I'm just.
Oh yeah.
Pull this up here. Which way am I pointing? Is it this way? Yeah. There we go. I'm not a lefty. So this is not right. This doesn't sit right with me. ESPN ranked the Jets the 30th team in the post-draft power rankings.
That's crazy.
It doesn't sit right with me.
That's crazy. And see, when I saw this myself, I said to myself, last year I think they had us like 7th or like 12th or something like that, in that range. So when I saw this, I wasn't mad. I was like, this is, I like the underdog role. I like being in this role. I don't like when they give us the Super Bowl expectations, all that stuff. I hate it. So I'm really not mad at what ESPN did here, but they're gonna have to see me, when mid-season, when we're not, because like all these future mock drafts and stuff.
Nope.
I'm like,
nope. Okay. There's one thing to be underrated. I feel like this is a little disrespectful. Honestly.
Yeah.
And I just, because I'm gonna bring it up on my phone real quick, because they had us under the Browns. The Browns don't even have a quarterback. The Browns have 5 different quarterbacks, and none of them are good. They have 5 quarterbacks, and somehow Joe Flacco's the best one.
In a division with Lamar,
Like,
Joe Burrow and Mason Rudolph.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Just to say Mike Tomlin at this point.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin.
No
yeah.
shot.
Ain't nobody. Yeah.
You got the Saints. The Saints rookie quarterback is the same age as Justin Fields. That doesn't even make any sense.
That's crazy.
Like that's insane.
The
Justin Fields is a 4-year vet. Same age as their rookie quarterback, yet they have the better. What even? I don't even know what the Saints have that's better than us.
I'm telling you, the disrespect is getting up there, but that's exactly where we want to be. This is exactly where we want to be. Don't Ninja, don't even come like don't yeah. 30th. Right. Last but last year when they had us ranked 12th though, it was like it was what? I'm not even tripping about it. 30th is we're right where we want to be, flying under the radar. This is exactly what Aaron Glenn even said publicly that he wanted. So I'm glad. I'm glad they ranked us 30th. But we got to pull this graphic up after the season just so everybody knows this doesn't mean nothing. And that, just like my boy Johnny said, they don't know nothing.
They don't. They really don't.
They don't know nothing, man.
I think they're just playing this whole LOO Jets, and let's just automatically put the Jets at the bottom. I was actually kind of surprised. Like, if you're gonna do that, I'm like, shit, you might as well just put us under the Titans and the Giants at this point. Shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
Shit.
might as well have
Honestly,
have a
it,
30-second.
honestly, when I looked at it, I was like, honestly, I can make a better argument for the Titans being above us than the Saints. Don't make no sense. But
Right.
yeah. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
All that said, like, I'm not even sitting here to say that, like, I think we're a top 10 team. I definitely don't think we're a bottom 3. If we are,
we're definitely not a bottom 3 for sure. No.
I can't see this team with a top 3 pick next year.
Mm-hmm. I think before Mark Sanchez is like, do you remember that year Mark Sanchez, where he was coming back every game?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure we were ranked like 25th or more, or lower that year, but like entering the season. So
yeah, we're playing that underdog, honestly, and I'm cool with it. We're the underdogs right now.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to prove people wrong.
Yeah, and like it's a low standard, so it's not like it's a low standard. Plus, it's bulletin board material for everybody. Last year, like imagine the locker room, like we expected to be good, right? Like I know everybody still has to work and everybody still has to put in the work and all that, but you look over, you see Aaron Rodgers, you look over, you see the people in the locker room, you're like, okay, we're supposed to be good. Now it's like we're gonna prove to people that we're good. Like it's gonna be a natural. I'm trying to prove everybody wrong type of feeling in that locker room.
Yeah. I'm excited. Like I think that's always where the Jets have been the best in my lifetime, at least. Like we've always been better when people have kind of discredited us and it was like, oh, you're not gonna do it. Like the year we beat the Pats in the playoff, like you're like, oh, you're not gonna do it, and then we do it. Like I love that shit, man.
That's what I'm exactly, man. That's what I'm saying. That's where we strive. That's our pleasure.
Yeah, but the main thing is not just like that's one thing, but we gotta actually go and prove that they're wrong. We gotta go out there, make the playoffs, or at least come close to making the play. Like you can't just be having the media disrespect us like this.
Yeah. And media gonna do what they do, but as far as New York media, but when ESPN or like NFL Network is like the Jets are gonna be sorry. It's like perfect. Now let's put that on the bulletin board in the locker room and let's go to work. And that's it. That's exactly what Aaron Glenn wants, in my opinion. So all right, do they have another timeout? I hate with all these timeouts and stuff at the end. It's like,
how many seconds is it for you?
I got 12. Well, Brunson's about to hit this next free throw.
Oh,
okay. He just hit the free throw. They about to call timeout. They're not about to call timeout. All right, I'm watching right now. Oh my God, Tatum really gonna try this, huh? He gonna try. Oh, that's a dub.
Yeah.
That's a dub. Oh
I'm not
man,
I'm not gonna hold you.
that is a dub.
Bro, that dude is just choker. That dude is a choker, bro. And I saw it before. I just didn't want to spoil it for nobody. Oh my gosh, that man is a choker. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Twice in Boston. Damn, that's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
In Boston is what makes it crazy, man. Yeah,
That's
you know what it was because we were all. It's because we were on the podcast tonight. You know,
yeah. It's because we
we
was
are
up here.
representing the Jets. Jets are a green colored team, so it psyched out Boston when they saw us come on. That's what it was. Mhm. Yeah, that's my logic.
Hey man,
Yeah, I gotta get. I don't even have my hat. Well, I can't mess with my hair, but I need
I
my
have
hat.
I have a Knicks jacket somewhere, but Mikal Bridges, two, like locking up. Mikal Bridges is locking up, bro.
Yeah. This is a crazy playoff series. You got Indiana 2-0 against Cleveland, Knicks 2-0 against Boston. What is going on right now?
This whole watch what's gonna go on, like with all this crazy stuff happening right now. Like the next two, the games 3 and 4. Watch one of the series be like the road team wins those two as well.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna be some. It's gonna be some crazy stuff. I'm not saying like the
yeah.
Knicks. I'm not saying the Knicks, but the Knicks, if
But it's
they
uh,
if they beat the, well, I don't think the Celtics are gonna go to the finals again this year. I really don't. But if they do win and they got to play the Pacers, that's a pretty good matchup.
yeah, yeah.
That's a
I'm
pretty good
excited.
matchup.
Honestly, if we get past the Celtics and we got to play the Pacers, I feel pretty good about our chances. I mean, I still think I will say Halliburton. He looks a lot different than he did last year. So I will say that's the one thing that concerns me a little bit. I like last year Halliburton looked like what Tatum just looked like.
Hmm.
Just not no clutch gene in him at all. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
yeah, man. It's getting nasty. It's getting nasty. New York is lit tonight. Shoot,
Yeah,
Boston's probably lit with the Knicks fans in the streets for sure.
shit. I saw this one thing. They had to escort a Celtics fan out of MSG for the watch party. I was like, that's funny as hell.
Damn.
Like police escort and to walk him out.
Yeah, no, but that's how they are though.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
What else were we
yeah.
gonna
No,
talk about?
but yeah, I mean, it's not really much else to talk about. I guess with the Jets, it's just it is what it is with the Jets right now. We're in this gray area where we're just kind of waiting to see how we act, what we do, what kind of moves we do. I'm really excited to see. I'm really excited to see the the rookies in camp too.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say mini camps this
yeah,
weekend.
yeah, yeah,
So hopefully we'll have some clips to share next week, especially, and we can kind of talk about like feeling after mini camp, seeing how it is. Although I will say mini camp again, hard to really evaluate. You guys going up against air. Obviously, it'd be really bad. Like it'd be hard to be bad in mini camp from a fan perspective.
hmm
But you still want to see just like your guys being guys.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like you definitely want to see that, like you want to see your people going out there fighting for their job, going
Mm-hmm.
hard, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, it's gonna be exciting. Shout out to the Knicks. Like Alan said, they won because we had this podcast song at the same time,
Facts.
and that's just how it worked out tonight. You know, that's just how it worked out. But Fields MVP. Hey, hey, Johnny said it first, man.
Don't be surprised, man. I love a good underdog story.
Don't be
That's why.
surprised,
That's
man.
why I love the Knicks right now.
Yeah, yeah,
It's so great to just when everyone doubts you and you just kind of go out there and you prove them wrong.
yeah. And that's where we're coming. That's where we're going back into as far as the Jet fandom, because the last 2 years we were up here, right? They had us up here.
Yeah.
We had ourselves up here.
Yeah.
We're not used to that. Like we are used to, like, we strive as the underdogs, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like that's all New York teams. New York teams strive as underdogs outside of the Yankees. Um, they're never an underdog. But
Yeah. It'd been hard. If someone would have told me before last year that we would have gotten Devontae and still only won 5 games, I wouldn't have believed it. I really wouldn't have.
yeah,
I wouldn't have believed it. But here we are. But nonetheless, I do think our team is still, like, honestly, especially with new coaching, I think that is going to be all the difference in terms of just being at least better than we were last year. I think we'll
yeah,
at least, like, if the bar is 5 games, I think we'll win at least 6.
6.
At least, I'm saying, like,
at least.
yeah, I'm like, we won 5 games because we had no coaches. I mean, granted, like, I blame Woody for only winning 5 games, but
Yeah.
I think, you got now what I would consider potentially elite offensive line. Even if you don't believe Fields is a great quarterback, he's a great runner. So you got Fields and Brees in the backfield, and you still have Garrett. I think that's enough to get you 6 wins minimum. That's just
at least.
Yeah. I think that should be the bare minimum, in my opinion.
For sure. I agree. And it's like, again, we haven't had a quarterback like this, and I'm gonna keep on saying it. It's gonna be so refreshing to when somebody's not open, or when things kind of get out of whack, and our quarterback just naturally can pick up yardage, any type of way. I feel like with Zach Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, it was either they were throwing it, or they were throwing a pick, or it was just something bad was gonna happen, something that we didn't really, want to happen. But with Justin, I feel like it's so many options in those times of uncertainty that I'm excited about. So
yeah. And also it makes the defense play a little bit more honest. I said this before, but you have before it was kind of like you could basically just put everyone in a box. With Zach, you just kind of felt like he was going to make a dumb decision. But Rodgers, you just did it because he couldn't really scramble. Like, he couldn't really move coming off the injury and his age. Now you kind of have to play it a little bit more honest because Justin Fields can burn you. You mess around, Justin Fields will burn you. At least with his legs. He'll burn you.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And so it's like, it's so many, and having Justin Fields clears up things for Garrett, like in its own way that we'll see. So yeah, I'm excited to see the guys in rookie training camp tomorrow, or minicamp this weekend. So yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got for tonight, man. Shout out the Knicks.
Y'all know what's going on, and so do I.
Shout out Nick. Shout out Jalen Brunson. Shout out Jason Tatum for being cheeks. So yeah. All right. Final thoughts. Shout out Dallas, man. Shout out, I don't know. Shout out Dallas Stars, man. Dallas Stars playing right now too. So that's my new Dallas team that I'm rooting for. Is a hockey team. So I'm locked in. You might see me at a hockey game soon. I'm being completely honest. You might see me. If you see me at a hockey game, don't ask me any questions. You already know what's going on.
No more basketball.
Yeah. No. I mean, Paige Buckets is here, so you might see me at a WNBA game too.
Yeah.
Might see me at a WNBA game too. That's the closest we got to Luka right now, so we gonna bask in it. Yeah. But all right, y'all have a good night. We'll lock in with y'all next week.
Gotcha.